Hello, welcome back. We finally have it. The set that was made just for me, baby. The set I've been talking about for so many months. Nikke. Yeah. Unfortunately my surveys did nothing apparently. All the questionnaires I did for whatever reason. Um so yeah, this set notorious for having 12 2 stars, which to date is the most 2 stars we've ever had. And unfortunately based on poll rates I've seen, it's still the same. It is still 1 2 star, unfortunately. But we're going to dive into the set. Now, this set is not meta relevant. It's kind of interesting because in JP, when it was released, it had some time in the meta spotlight, mainly because of yellow. But it introduced some new mechanics, as far as I understand, based on release schedules of JP sets. It introduced like the face down card mechanics. It introduced the non-trigger builds, things like that. So it was basically the prototype for a lot of mechanics, which is why a lot of the cards and decks in this set don't really do things well. They don't really do the things that the current decks do, especially for our EN format, where we just got Kaiju and Yu Yu Hakusho. We'll say that for later. I'll talk about that in just a bit. But yeah, it's not really up to par with the meta, but the decks aren't like unplayable. Like they're still kind of competent. We have purple, which is here. We have the Pilgrim Inherit build. Basically, the Pilgrim build wants to have like less cards in hand and discard cards for effects. The Inherit build is the non-trigger effect build. The problem is, turns out, non-trigger cards or builds are really garbage if your opponent just aggroes the shit out of you. So, turns out it's really garbage. Off the bat, we have the SR. We have the same rates. We have the 5/6 SRs. And then we have the 1 to 2 alt arts. Half the case is unfortunately still 1 alt and the other is 2. The question is, does the box stopper count as an alt? And I will get to that once I finish through this box. But, well, I actually have a case of Nikke this time. This is the first time I've ever opened a case. The most I've ever opened is 2 cases. And this is my set, so I figured I would open a whole case for this. Actually, 2 of them. I was supposed to get a second one today, but the shop I got it from, they got delayed or some shit. So I have to wait till next week to get it. But I got this case for, unfortunately, $9.60. Originally, it was supposed to be like, what? I think it's supposed to be $55 a box. That's what they were estimating. And then they told me it was going to be $60 a box. It was $9.60, which really sucks dick. But it is what it is. I told them I'd buy the case, unfortunately, so it is what it is. Which sucks. I've been spending the whole morning basically going shop to shop doing pre-releases and stuff. I found shops that were doing $55 a box. Which I really should have just not... I should have just reneged on the initial deal. But, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. It sucks. Realistically, you should probably get singles for the set, but I'm trying to do 2 things with the set. I'm trying to master set it, so I'm trying to get 1 of every single card, not including release events, because I think those are really stupid. But I'm also not only just trying to get a copy of every card in the set, I'm trying to get a playset. More specifically, a playset of every alt art. Now, the controversy with this set is that the alt arts are notoriously expensive. In JP, the cheapest alt arts are the cheapest 2 stars are $200, which is crazy because, well, that's really expensive for a 2 star. As we see in EN, a lot of 2 stars drop. However, every single card here is a waifu except for 1 single card, Johan. Johan in purple, it's an uncommon or common. That card is worth, that's the only dude in the set. Otherwise, this is all waifu. So here we have our first alt. The alts are very, very good looking. Like, they look really nice. It has this interesting, nice, sparkling border here. That's the draw to this. The alt arts look really nice. And that's what makes them expensive in JP. Now, the 1 stars, it's kind of all over the place. But yes, the 1 stars are relatively expensive. In comparison to UA prices. Typically, alt arts drop a lot. Sometimes some alts stay up in price. Like, currently, there's a Kaiju alts. But also, Kaiju's a meta set, and the set just released. They will drop over time. But, that's the thing. Nikke is all waifus, and typically, waifus retain a level of value. So, the prediction is that, well, the set's really garbage, but enough waifu enjoyers will go into the set where they will go for the alts, and it will make the alts pretty expensive. Another thing they did, this Rappy here is part of a structure deck, which we did not get, which is great. I really didn't want to get bricks again for goddamn structure decks. I hate getting them, because they always have exclusive cards. It's like, you have to get like 2 of them. Oh, actually, you have to get 4 of them, because hey, they started doing those packs where you get one of each card, and sometimes a card just required for whatever goddamn deck you're trying to play with them. But yeah, in this case, they just baked the structure deck into the set. So that wrapping specifically is an SR that you need for the counters deck, which is probably the best, most competent deck in the set by far. Everything else just kind of exists, to be honest. But yeah, I've been excited for this for a very long time. Obviously, because I have a case, there will be a 2-star and a foil AP. I'm hoping for the 3-star, obviously, but well, the 3-star is like 1 every 3 to 4 cases, so fuck it. We're probably not gonna pull it anyways, because this Bandai is like really bullshit with this for some reason. This is such a weird set. Oh, all the APs are also waifus, by the way. So, you know, trying to get foil ones, good luck, I guess. I don't know why Bandai did this. They really went hard on this set, trying to sell it. It's like, oh, every 4 boxes from your local card shop that's doing them, you can get a storage deck box, which is cool. They look nice, but at the same time, like, why are you doing it for this set? Shouldn't you be doing it for like every set realistically? And then the box toppers, which I will get to in a bit. Because it's actually kind of significant how they did the box toppers. But basically, they did this whole thing as a way to, I guess, try and sell it. But it's really fucking stupid because this set doesn't cater to the general audience. The general audience is never going to buy into this set. It's all waifus. It's to specifically goddamn people like me. Basically, degenerates, right? No AP, which is not surprising, whatever. But yeah, it's catered to a specific audience, which means it'll only sell to a specific audience. But that specific audience is my people. We are people who pay for microtransactions to roll gacha. So, you know, if you're a collector and you like Nikke, you're going to go into a set. Similar to Weiss. Although in terms of Weiss, I don't know if their set was actually good in terms of power. But it was very popular. All the SPs, the signed cards, are pretty expensive. And then even some of like the SRs or whatever, like the regular supers and shit, like, or whatever they call them, they have some kind of value attached to them, because turns out people will pay for higher rarity cards for waifu sets. But yeah, this is basically a collector set. We don't have a volume 2, although JP did announce officially a precious booster. I will go into that in a bit. We're almost done opening these boxes. We have only 1 alt so far. We have all 6 of our SRs, so hopefully there's another alt here. Even though for some reason half the case is 1. Again, I don't know why people are okay with that. I really don't understand. How can you be okay with 1 alt art and 2 alt arts, like, being half and half? Like, it should be 2 alt arts, right? Like, am I crazy? Like, UA already has no value as a game. Who gives a shit? Why are we doing it like this? It's really stupid. I'm about done, but there is a lot to mention with this set. It's quite unique. Of course, there's only 1 alt, because fuck my mouth. Okay, so the box topper. So typically, they're shitty foils that no one gives a fuck about, because honestly, who cares about a rare copy of a 0 cost or whatever, right? Like, honestly, give me one person who actually gives a shit about that. Like, the veil is like shiny, it's like a rare. Who gives a fuck, dude? That shit's like garbage. However, they did something different. These have 12 cards, right? There's, I believe, 6, I think. Yeah, there's 12 types in total. But you can pull an alt art at any of these cards, I think. It's kind of weird. They didn't really show all the cards for it, I guess. Or maybe they did. But basically, you can pull an alt art. For example, here, of course, we have the 0 cost. So it's just a whatever foil. However, there can be an alt art that you can pull. The problem, however, is that based on pull results I've seen of people posting case pulls and case hits, you are pulling, actually, let me separate these SRs, I guess, to show how many. I mean to do this, actually. I need to separate these SRs because I need to see how many. I think it's probably half and half. Like, 8 boxes have 5 and 8 boxes have 6, but I never really counted that. Anyways, basically, so the case pulls were only 3 of the 16 box toppers have a alt art or a parallel art. No offense, but that's fucking dog shit, alright? You already fucked the people over by making your boxes have, by making your cases, sorry, have 1 2-star and 1 foil AP. Why are you fucking them over with this set? We were gonna buy this anyways, but instead you decided to deliberately make alt arts in the box toppers for some reason, as an additional way to get people to buy them, when, here's the thing, again, no one that cares about Nikke is gonna buy this at all. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to apologize for that. I admit it. The set is dog shit in terms of the meta. Anyone saying that they're pretty good and actually, really strong is coping and is really stupid. You should not listen to them. They're just not good in terms of meta power. So the only thing that has left is collectability. So instead, they decided to push it further and say, fuck it, we're just going to make these cards really appealing. But even then, it doesn't appeal to the general audience. No one that cares about, no one that doesn't like Nikke is going to buy this, right? They'd rather go for Kaiju or Yu Yu Hakusho. IPs are a lot more recognizable to the general audience. Granted, I am one of the people who did, push for Nikke to be released in EN, but, I like Nikke, but it's still shit, right? But no general audience is going to buy this. But the thing is, because of the alt arts, right, there is a chance that these actually do sell out at stores. Because there's a lot of us out there, I'm telling you. There's a lot of us gooners, as you might call, who really like Nikke. And so we will go for boxes for days. Because obviously, the thrill of the hunt and opening booster packs is very fun. Obviously, trying to pull the alt arts, they're all really nice. Some are not as nice as others, but even those ones are still pretty good. Maybe we'll see an example here. But yeah, I already planned on getting a box anyways to begin with. It's just rough because, oh my god, cases are so expensive. Like, I know MSRP is like 80 or some stupid shit, right? And like stores that are not charging 80, they're great. But at the same time, because of the case ratios, right? It's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's 12 boxes, so it's only 720. And unironically, with Yu-Gi-Oh! You can get your value back. UA, you just can't get your money back, especially at this expensive ass shit price. Sorry, but I spend $960. Even if I sold if I sold everything at pre-sale prices, I can make my money back and more. However, no one is really buying at pre-sale prices. Again, locally, you have to find the exact people who would be interested in this. Otherwise, no one is gonna care in general. It's not gonna be like the other sets where they have people who, like Kaiju, I really like Kaiju, or Bleach, or even Hunter x Hunter, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, Nikke is to a specific audience. Same with any other gacha game. Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail, Honkai, Third Impact. Like, those are sets that are not going to appeal to a general audience. They're only going to be to a specific audience, right? You're not really going to attract anyone new with it, realistically, unless there's someone who, maybe just wants to get, a box of every set or something, right? It's just really stupid. I don't know. I don't know. They just really want to push you to buy this set, but it's you're not going to push anyone new to buy it. And it's really easy. Anyone could have told you that, realistically. You didn't need to push this. Your specific audience is going to buy this set. You were not going to pull any more sales, though. And for shops that happen to not have a big Nikke, community or local populace or whatever the fuck, they're just going to sit on shelves again. Because, again, this only caters to a specific audience. The general audience is not going to ever touch a set. So it feels really bad, right? But realistically, this set should sell well because there's enough of us gooners out there. And so we're just going to get boxes and stuff. Like I said, I'm getting 2 fucking cases. I've never once gotten a case. The most I got was half a case, which back then, we were paying $70, $75 a goddamn box, which now I think about, I'm like, holy shit, I really got scammed by my local card shops back then. If I'd known it was going to be this cheap, I would have never bought so many goddamn garbage boxes and shit, but I guess I can't really complain because the videos I posted, I'm pretty sure I posted all of them. I pulled half a case and I pulled 2 stars every time. So, because you buy 8 boxes, right? Your chance of getting a 2 star is 50% chance, so it's pretty good. But yeah. So yes, on to the Precious Booster, right? So in JP, first of all, okay, Elig. I believe this is actually the new card that they added to the set. Yeah, this is a character 4K or more BP on your opponent's field. Reduce the AP cost of the next Missiless Affinity card used in the hand. This is a really good card. It's good for the Missiless deck. This is a 4 instantly. Active trigger reduces the cost of your Missiless by 1 if there's a single 4K on your opponent's field. So it's a really good card. Also really nice alt. But yes, so in JP, typically there are volume 2s and they're about the same size as volume 1s. And typically the new volumes introduce new cards, new colors, and then support for all the existing colors. Excuse me. However, in JP, they're a little different. Now, JP's ratios are actually worse. They're 1 alt a box, which is really dog shit. So that could contribute to why they're so expensive. But this set in particular, the new booster they announced is not actually a volume 2. They don't call it that. They call it a Precious Booster. For reference, in JP, a box is 16 packs. Each pack has 5 cards. And then there's like X amount of SRs, rares, uncommons, and commons. However, this precious booster that's coming in next February in JP, it's very different. First of all, their packs are only that's a rare. Their packs are only 4. There's only 4 cards per pack, and each box only has 10 cards, or it's 10 packs. That's not crazy. I mean, that is the crazy part, but like the other crazy thing is the set is significantly smaller. There are no uncommons. There's only commons, rares, and super rares or SRs. There's also slightly less SRs and what do you call that? Slightly less Rs, commons, and SRs. So for some reason, it's a smaller set significantly. However, this probably means that instead of introducing a new color, they decided that the decks are so bad that they would just focus on these 3 colors, purple, green, yellow, and just give support to them. In my opinion, I think that's the best way to do it. I think it's actually a good idea that they focus on the 3 colors that needed the most. Lord knows Hunter needed something like that, but they made a volume 3 that had razors stuff, which, I mean, to be fair, for EN, they added like kind of a new card, but also not really for us, right? They not for us. They didn't really add it for razors or Nenbeast. They added it for razor's attack team, which is a good Killua, but still, Hunter really needed a boost, and they didn't get it. So this precious booster is the first time they're doing this as JP. So I'm all over the place because I'm super tired. I'm just talking out my ass. But yeah, in JP, they've never done a precious booster. They've always done volume 2s for sets, usually the full-on set, new color, and lately, you know, they've been making volume 2s very good by having the supports not only be really good, but the new colors usually as well. Granted, Attack on Titan is kind of different because Attack on Titan really sucks for yellow, but the support's really good, right? Kind of. So this precious booster, the way I read it is this is basically a way for them to not make a new color. It's for a way to them sell essentially a volume 2 and provide support for the existing colors without them having to invest as much into it. Now, granted, 4 cards a pack is fucking dingus ass, and the fact it's only 10 packs a box, I'm wondering how many alts there are. Because if they do the same thing that they did for Volume 1, that's really fucking bad. That means that the same rate at 12 2-stars and all the alt charts, it's going to clutter the set, but it's going to be even harder to pull because you only have 4 cards a pack and you only have 10 cards, or 10 packs of a fucking box. So we'll have to see how they do it. But for me, the way I'm thinking is that they'll just do like the no new colors. They'll just add support for existing colors, which is really nice. Because sometimes you don't need a new color because it's really dog shit. Also, for this set, you have like the best colors here anyways. No offense, but red color trigger really sucks ass. And so does blue. Blue is like on the line of, oh, it's 3,500, so it's not enough for a 4K, but it's good for everything below it, which realistically is really garbage because who gives a shit? Sorry, bouncing back at 3,500. Turns out you don't really do that in the late game when everyone's a 4K and above. And then red color trigger, it's like, oh shit, better see it early in your life, otherwise it's actually worthless. Granted, usually the card that the color trigger's on is really good itself, but still, it's like, I want a color trigger to do something. Oh, purple plays from sideline, green plays for hand, and then yellow is just like the best color trigger without a doubt. But I don't know. We'll have to see what they do for that. But also, the new announcement that was made is that Reincarnated as a Slime released. Now, Reincarnated Slime, we've been anticipating this set for a long while. Glad it's finally here. They did what we were kind of, a lot of us at least, were expecting, which is that because set 1 was super, super bad, they decided to instead introduce Volume 2 baked into it. It's not confirmed, but if you look at the arts on their official advertisement for the upcoming set, it shows art from Volume 2, like the Rimuru and stuff, and the Shion. They're both Volume 2 card arts, so it does tell us that they are probably putting the Volume 2s into the set. I knew they were doing this, but it's also kind of problematic because, one, the set is larger, right? You have, I think it's like 12 and 12 or 12 and 10. So it's like 22 or 24. You had 24 SRs in the entire set. The case size is still the same. It's still 16 boxes. 16 boxes, 16 packs each. Oh, sorry, 12 packs each or so, and then like 16 boxes. boxes? Wait, I'm really stupid. Hold on. Let me look at this box really. I'm sorry. I am super tired. Let me look at this really. Sorry. Other way. It's 16 packs per box and then 12 cards per pack. But with so many cards being added into one set, the question is, how are they doing distribution? Realistically, they would have to maintain the same rate. This means several things. One, it's harder to get the alt that you want because they have both Volume 1 and 2 alternates. 2, it's actually harder to get the SR you want because turns out when you have 24 SRs in the set, in a case, you're not going to pull a playset of every SR. You will be missing probably a good amount of SRs. Whereas normally, you would pull like at least a playset, like 4 of each SR, with some extras here and there, probably in terms of distribution. But with a set that has a baked in a set 1 and 2, the pool's a lot larger, so it's a lot harder to pull. My prediction is that even though by the time that set releases, it won't be like as meta dominating, I think that the set will be very expensive because getting the cards you want is going to be a lot harder. You're going to have to find the cards that you need, and getting the specific ones are going to be really hard because obviously, hey, I need Volume 1 and 2 SRs. Shit, I bought several boxes and got a mix of both, but I didn't get all of what I needed. That really sucks. You're going to see issues with that. But we also kind of expected this because what else can they do? The problem is when they introduce sets so late into our meta, they just aren't strong enough. Volume 1 was really bad. If they had put Slime Volume 1 earlier this year at least, it would have been a lot more meta viable. Unfortunately, they didn't, and so Meta 1 is just completely garbage out the gate. It does absolutely nothing, and it needs Volume 2 support to even be competent decks worth building. This is the same case with a lot of other sets. AOT was actually a big one, and I guess I'm kind of glad they didn't do it. Okay, we have a really nice alt art here. We have the Marianne. God, it looks so good. But sorry, what was I saying? We have like Volume 2s are like okay, but like something like AOT, for example, it really should have had because the season obviously finished like a while ago by the time we got an EN. They should have just put Volume 1 and 2 together. Because the problem is when Volume 1 released, it had no meta impact. All the decks are fucking garbage out the gate. I played Rush, AOT 104 Rush for the Dallas Regionals, and that didn't do shit. Because turns out, hey, I have to deal with a Lancelot that's a lot more consistent. Or I have to deal with the Purple Bleach and the Roy and Rhesus and all that shit. None of the AOT decks actually did well at that regionals. And I don't think any of them have ever done good at any regionals since they released. Granted, we haven't had that many. But still, like, you would think maybe like one top 16, I think. But no, turns out they're all really dog shit. Because they need support from Volume 2. And so that's the problem, right? When the Volume 1 set releases and it's basically dead on release because it's so utterly terrible and inconsistent that it doesn't do anything. Like, Levi is theoretically a good deck. It just dies to removal. But it's also so inconsistent in what it wants to do that, like, well, good luck trying to get the double raid Levi snipes and whatever for triple attacks. Like, it's just not consistent. It just feels terrible. So I see why, obviously, they're doing it with a slime. But, it's just one of those cases where it's just going to be harder to get the SRs you want. But this also encourages people to actually look online and build their stuff. Okay, this was a 2 alt set. No 2 stars or foil APs, but this is such a nice 2-star. God, I can't believe I have to get a playset of this. I'm killing myself. Okay. But yeah, I think Slime is going to be one of those sets where you kind of have to target what you want. It's not a buy a bunch of boxes and build whatever. Because you buy even half a case, you're not going to build a realistically competent deck. You're going to be missing a lot of SRs. And you're going to be missing even a lot of rares too. Because remember, you have to import the rares, the uncommons, and commons from set 1 into the set. So you're going to have a lot of missing pieces even from half a case. And even if you get a case, you may very well have missing SRs and stuff that you still need. Even after opening an entire case. Which is why I think if you're going to build Slime, as I will, you have to target what you want to build. Do you want to build Benimaru and Shuna? Do you want to build Diablo and Rimuru? Do you want to build Rimuru and Soe? Do you want to build Milum? Well, you should target the cards that you want and need rather than just relying on hopefully pulling them, because realistically, you're not going to pull them. the cards that you need, because you need too many stuff from volume 1 and 2 together, especially the SRs. A lot of them, like even after volume 2, is like, hey, you still need a playset of all this stuff. God, I'm opening these boxes like a goddamn caveman. Okay. God, it is already midnight. Jesus Christ. Ugh. But yeah, I still am excited for the set. I just think that people should be careful, because it's going to be really hard getting the cards for the set, because so many cards are going to be in the pool. Another box topper with a foil. See, the box topper is weird, because like I initially thought when they released this, I guess they did kind of show on the detail page, but I really thought it was going to be like all alt arts. But no, it's just like only like some cards are alt arts and you don't have a high chance of pulling them. Like, what the fuck? Because I don't like box toppers. I'm sorry, I said this already earlier, but I just really hate box toppers. I think they're really lazy. It's just a rare copy of a card. At that point, you should have just made it a rare. Like, honestly. And not making the alt art, obviously. But, like, I don't know. I just feel like this is like a really stupid way to push people to buy boxes. And again, people who don't care about the set weren't going to buy it anyways. The thing is, I see this happening also for others. Like, if they ever bring Arknights. I like Arknights. I don't really play the game, but I've read, like, the stories and stuff. I like it so far. But I've also played the decks, and I like the way the decks play. They're interesting, and they're also pretty good. But if they bring sets like that ever to UA, even stuff like Common Riders, I think those are sets that are just kind of weird, because they're going to be too niche, right? Unless you have people that you can expect to buy a lot of, realistically, a lot of sets that they might import would never realistically do well here, which is why I think we're just... Unfortunately, there's just going to be a lot of sets that we'll get. Like, we'll get Nikke because it's popular enough that people will buy them, obviously, for Alter and Gooning. But I think there's just a lot of sets that's even, like, Arknights and stuff, and, like, Blue Archive even. I think those are sets that we just realistically will never get, unless enough of the community rallies to try and put it into the game. But I think, on all honesty, they're just... You're not going to get every set out of JP, especially at this point, when they've already announced Sakamoto Days and Evangelion, because those decks are so strong that it basically invalidates half of the decks in JP just because of how strong and consistent they are in their game plan and what they want to do. Again, at the end of the day, it's UA. Any deck can win. Fuck it. You can play some garbage dog shit, zero cost only deck and still win if your opponent bricks. But at the end of the day, the meta decks are meta because they're more consistent and they're a lot stronger at what they want to do, you know, aka Red Blue Roni, right? Yeah, but yeah, this set is very specific. It's only for people like me, which is why I got a case. Realistically, there have been also talks of, hey, like, the prices actually won't be as expensive as you think. And I would like to believe that. I really would. But I have a feeling that people will hold hostage the prices of some of these cards. Again, TCG player, like, the cost of some of these cards are, like, granted, it's pre-sale, right? Pre-sales are always expensive. But I have never once seen pre-sale prices this high. The sealed boxes are, like, 60 or, like, 55 to 60, which is actually really nice. It's, like, surprising. But the price of singles is, like, absurd. Granted, not many of them are listed, but you look at the 2 stars that are listed in the 1 stars, they're insane. Like, okay, so, like, these 1 stars over here, they're being listed for, like, $50, $60, $70, $100. The 2 stars, like, other than the one that I somehow got, question mark. Oh, I haven't even talked about that in this video, sorry. But let me finish this first. Even the 2 stars, they're just absurdly expensive. Like, there's one for, Alice, and the Alice card, someone listed for like $700, which no one in their right fucking mind would ever pay that price, but the sellers just really think that people are gonna buy it. This is just such a nice alt. Holy shit. Yeah, but basically, people are just listening for absurdly high prices because they're going off of the hype. I know they will drop, but I don't know if they will drop that much. Like, I think at the very least, it'll be like 150 for the lowest 2 star, which I think will be Neon. I like Neon, but her alt is just okay compared to the others. But, what do you call it? The 2 stars are, for the most part, going to be pretty expensive. And the alt arts even, I think those will also have some relatively high pricing as well. And then the box topper foils, holy shit, don't even get me started. That is going to be so expensive, just trying to get a playset. That's going to be annoying. Right now, they're pre-selling for $20. I don't think anyone's bought them yet, but I think they will probably eventually go up. Because, again, until most people realize the pull rates, like, you're only pulling, like, 3 to 4 a case. And a case is 16 boxes. So once people realize how hard it is to pull them from boxes, I think they'll actually go up in price. Which is why I'm preparing, personally, to get the alt arts for the box toppers, like, pretty quickly. Because I feel like once people realize the rates, they're just going to buy them out. in like some FOMO. But the FOMO is kind of warranted because again, it's hard to pull. That said, back to my thing earlier. So, on TCG Player, there was a where was it? On the Union Arena TCG subreddit. Yes, I really use Reddit. But on the subreddit, someone posted case pulls, and people were asking, "Oh, how'd you get it so early?" Because it was like a week early. Actually, it was like last week that they posted it, and then they're like, "Oh, there's a shop." I was like, "Okay, cool, blah 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 blah." Fast forward like a couple days later, that same shop lists cards on TCG Player. So I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. What do they have listed?" They list now the 3-star in the set. There's only one of them. It's a Modernia. I really want this one foiled actually for APs. I really want this one foiled, honestly. But yeah, so the seller listed the 3-star for $250. And then they listed a 2-star Rappy for $100. Now, in my opinion, it is a waifu. Modernia is the third waifu we're getting as a 3-star. And as you can see, based on the prices, the Asuna is like 1,000. The Rukia is technically market price like 500, but the only listing that's lowest is $1,000 in TCG Player. So $250 for a 3-star, insane, right? You think that's crazy? Like, how's that possible? So I immediately bought them, $350 total. Fast forward, like almost a week later, seller contacts me. Hey, as I expected, I figured they probably listed it incorrectly because it's the Modernia, and she has a 2-star also, so I can see how the mistake is happening. Which, before I get into my rant, well, I'm already ranting about it, but if you're a seller and you list something incorrectly, that's on you. Honestly, I'm more disappointed that you rushed to list your thing when you could have literally read the card, look at the corner here, and been like, oh, it's the 1-star or the 2-star. Hey, this is an R-star. Hey, that's 1. Some of these SRs, hey, this is a 1-star. You can look at it. You can read it. You can take the time. You don't have to rush to list it. Granted, it's a shop that's like 50,000 sales, but still, it's like, bro, it's your job. You're the one listing on TCG Player. This one would be also really nice as a foil AP. That's it. So, the seller contacts me, tells me, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, we fucked up, because of course you did. And I was like, okay. But then they were asking me, well, do you still want the 2-star Modernia? I'm like, well, yes, I would like it. Now, again, for reference, the Rappy 2-star was listed at 100. The Modernia was listed at 250. Obviously, that's a mistake, but you listed it at that price anyways. So, let me take a drink really quick. Hold on. Okay. So, you listed it for that price, right? So, how do you fix that? In my opinion, as shitty as it feels, if I was in that position, I would, if they want to keep the 2-star, right? I would give them $250 back for the 3-star, because that's how I listed it, and I would sell the 2-star for $100. Because that feels fair, right? You listed a 2-star for $100. However, that's not what they did. They of the $350, they refunded me $150, right? Oh, okay. So I'm like sidebar because I have my polls. This is what the alt art looks like. This is their Modernia. Maybe there's a regular rare copy of it in the box topper, but this is the box topper foils that you get. They're parallel alts of cards in the set. Again, there's only 3 of these. I have a Scarlet ready. I may or may not show if I'm lazy. But yes, this is what the alt art looks like. They only have a few of these in the case. So yes, this is basically another alt art. But the question is obviously, is this alt art part of the alt art pool? Like, if you're going to get 2 alt arts, is this going to be one of them? I don't think it is, but I am also not entirely sure how the pull rates are going to work with this. So we'll just keep going to boxes. Anyways, back to my rant. So the seller refunds me $150. They refund me for like $150 off of the whatever. They charge me basically $200 for the 2-star. In my opinion, I still think that's kind of shitty. I get you have to make money, but you fucked up on the listing. And it's not my fault you listed it incorrectly. Which is like one of the same complaints. But basically, it is what it is. I'm paying $200 for a 2-star. Will it stay at that price? Modernia is one of the more sought after 2-stars, especially in JP. So it might be fair to say she's worth it. I can't say 100% sure because the market evaluation for this set is really weird. It's all over the place. Personally, I would not want to pay $200 for a 2-star. But it is a waifu, and I did say I want one of every card. I was contemplating complaining about it because, you know, they technically owe me more, right? Because you listed a 2-star for $100, which as a buyer, which for reference, no other store have been listing their cards on pre-sale yet. This was one shop that did it early. So me, I'm not gonna assume, I kind of assume they fucked up with the Modania, but for the Rappy, I'm like, oh, maybe you pulled two stars. It can happen. It's rare, but it can happen. And so I look at that and I go, well, maybe they just think the 2 stars only worth 100. Because if you look at market price for TCG player, most 2 stars, even the women, are like mostly below 100, right? So I mean, that's probably a fair price. But no, they're charging me 200 for the Modania because fuck it. I guess they have to make money, and also because they are believers that this set will be super, super scalped or whatever, or it'll be really expensive. Am I annoyed? Yes, I'm super annoyed. Am I pissed? I'm kind of pissed. But at this point, I do want the 2-star. I don't know how the market evaluation is going to be, so I'll just accept it. I'm getting 150 back. Initially, when I made the purchase, in my mind, I was thinking, well, you know, it's probably a fuck up. If they completely refund me, it's kind of no skin off my back because, hey, I get $350 back that I didn't have to spend. But now I'm paying $200 for a 2-star, I guess, so it is what it is. Hey, if it goes up in value, great. I made a good deal, I guess, technically. But obviously, in my mind, I was thinking, you know, what if, like, it's actually the 3-star and they just sent it? But no, it's some fucking seller who has tons of sales, so they know what they're doing, unfortunately. So, yeah, it is what it is, right? I can't really do anything about it. Yeah. God, yeah. I mean, I miss opening boxes, right? I just miss opening boxes. I didn't open a lot of Kaiju, actually. I think I opened, like, 2. Yeah, I think I opened, I opened 3 boxes total of Kaiju. That's it. And I bought, like, the singles and shit. But, like, I, didn't buy any Yu-Yu because I don't care about Yu-Yu. Demon Slayer. Also, the other reason I went, like, cases into this, like, or at least 2 cases. Or it's going to be 2 cases, sorry. The reason is because I care about Demon Slayer. It's cool. But, like, there's not really that many upgrades I need. Realistically, I get some SRs. I'll just buy them later. I'm not in the rush to get the Demon Slayer shit. The set after will be Evangelion and SEO Volume 2. I'm more interested in SEO Volume 2 than Evangelion. But I know Evangelion will be very popular. And it's very strong. And then the regionals, the last chance qualifiers are going to be in... Is that the... Oh, it's a 1-star. Bro, I thought that was a 2-star for a second. It was really weird. Okay. But there's the Alice. There's a different Alice. There's a 2-star Alice. Not this one, but of the raid. There's a 2-star Alice that I was talking about earlier that someone listed for like $700. Like some fucking idiot. But yeah, the last chance qualifiers are in February. They announced it officially that it's in Vegas. It's in Valentine's weekend. So sorry. Tell your girlfriends or whatever that you can't make it because you have to play Union Arena or whatever. You have to play this shitty game. But yeah, they have the last chance qualifiers. So the thing is, Evangelion and SEO Volume 2 will be very expensive for a bit because both sets introduce a meta deck. They have Evangelion, which all of its meta, red, purple, and yellow. But SAO Volume 2 is probably the greatest, one of the best Volume 2s ever because every single upgrade to every deck makes them very viable. The upgrades to Kirito, to ALO, Green Yuki, GGO gets like one of the biggest upgrades, right? And then the new color, the biggest thing is that the new colors are very strong. Progressive and Song. Song is just infinite recursion, and it can kind of put out bodies. Granted, personally, I think Song is like okay. After testing it, it feels like it's okay, maybe overhyped, but infinite recursion is still really good. Yeah, it's just really good. I just think it's overhyped, but it's still a very good deck. Then you have Progressive, which is a lot of BP reduction into attacking, into restands with the asanas and stuff. Like, the set 2 upgrades are very good for, like, almost every deck. Some lose more than others, like Integrity Knights and, like, Alicization. They kind of suck, but... the upgrades in general are really good for the decks. So this is going to be really good Volume 2. But the problem is, I think the prices will be pretty expensive. If you're trying to get Evangelion or SAO Volume 2 cards, if you're not doing regionals anytime soon, or, you know, you're not going to Vegas in February, you can wait. Because people, just like Rurouni Kenshin, it was really expensive for a while. Expensive in terms of UA. It was expensive. No funny thing, whatever. It was expensive because we had a regionals coming up very soon after, and obviously it was expected that Ruroni would be heavily played, and that it'd probably win the regionals, and it's very strong and consistent. So the price of like the Kenshins, the 4-cost double attack raid, was really expensive. It was like $30+, like probably 35, I think is the highest I saw it. But yeah, that went up and then it went down. Obviously, Red Kenshin, I think, in my opinion, is still the best deck in the game right now. But it's definitely gone down in price. I think last I saw it was like $20 for an SR, which is still pretty expensive, but turns out when you're spending about $100 for like the best deck, it's probably worth it, right? But yeah, for me, I will be going for Song, but I know if you're trying to get the cards for those sets specifically, but you're not playing in the regionals, I think you can ignore it. I think you can just wait because they will go down in price after the LCQs are over. Once the LCQs are over and the nationals are finished, the prices will go down because after that it'll just be regionals, and then nationals won't be until like next year anyways, or sorry, the year after next year. Sorry. So I think if you're just interested in getting those decks, but you don't care about the regionals and stuff, you can just wait to get the cards. You don't have to get them right away. This is another alt. Whew. Okay, nice. This is like just a really nice alt. Again, I was hoping all the cards would be alts. I really hate that it's only like 3 or 4 of the stuff in the set or the box hoppers that are alts, but whatever, it is what it is, right? Bandai want to be greedy because Bandai's really fucking stupid. I say this because I know I'm never getting sponsored by Bandai. I'm not like Eggman where I do like all the tournaments and commentators and stuff. I mean, if I tried, maybe I could, but God, I can't. I have to shit on Bandai. Bandai doesn't make it easy for me, man. How am I not supposed to shit on them if there's too much stuff to shit on? Sorry. I'm sorry, the pull rates are terrible for boxes. It's bad for every store nationwide when boxes sit on fucking shelves for nothing. Even if you did packs per win, it's like, who gives a shit? You have to charge like $10 for entry, right? And it's like pack per win, cool. But then it's like you pull nothing, or you pull an SR that's worth like 5 cents. Who gives a fuck? I guess like do box tournaments, but you can't really do a box tournament every time. Or I guess you have to play sweaty, and this is more a game for casuals. And on top of that, you have a format that's best of one, which is fucking penis. Because what shitty game wants to be a best of goddamn one? Sorry, even the One Piece and stuff, I think they are like best of ones. It's like those games have more interaction. They have enough interaction that's like, okay, it's fair. It's a best of one. But you always like, fuck it, dude. In like the 40-minute timer or 35-minute timer or whatever, bro, I get through like 3 games really fast. Like, it's not that hard to get through the games. They don't take that much time. And people who complain otherwise are just fucking incompetent idiots who suck at the game, apparently. Sorry. I've seen people like complain and they'll be like, oh, I'm on like Green Saitama. I really have to think. I'm like, do you? Count every 5 cards in your sideline. Ding, ding, ding. That's 1 energy off of the Green Saitama that you're going to shit on the board, maybe. Like, who cares, man? There's not that much thinking to this game, realistically. At some points, you might have to think, maybe, but realistically, no. Even at regional levels, my plays were taking, like, less than a minute overall. Like, it didn't matter. The most time I took for thinking was whether I wanted to take an attack or to my life or block with the card. That's about it. That's the only decision-making that made me take maybe, like, a minute. Otherwise, everything else, like, fuck it, dude. I play the 0, and then pass. Lane to the game, I raid this, restand, special, whatever the fuck, who cares, dude? There's not much to it, man. I don't know. But also, I get it. This is a game marketed for casual people, and it is fun casually, but you need a competitive setting for your game. Sorry. Some games that can be played as party games, sure, but those are built as party games. This is not. You have metas in this, which means there has to be some competition. And because there's some competition, you realize that, well, you kind of have to make competitive decisions with the game. Which means you have to format it for the competitive players. Which means it should be best of 3. Timer should be like 45 minutes or 50 minutes or whatever. Who gives a fuck? This is very ironic seeing this. Because this was the card that the seller said they had. They're like, oh, I have a 1-star Rappy, not the 2-star. I got it at least. Hey, this is technically worth $100 because that's what they listed for. Anyways, but yeah, you have to market the game for like competitive players because your game kind of dies if there's no competitive scene. No offense, right? Like look at Battle Spirit Saga. They tried to rope people in with some whatever game, and then they did like a cash tournament, a huge one, and then no one really played it, and then the game died very fast. It's like, yeah, no shit. Your game is like whatever. Then this is a character card game too. Here's the thing. As a CCG, like, you have all the power. You have all these IPs you can use. I think you could put a little more effort into making the game competitive enough where people would want to play it for... And it's also worth... Because even at the competitive level, like, best of one feels bad. Because for a best of one format, right? You are playing for insane prizing. Your first place prizing is fucking a championship gold winner card of like a bunch of sets worth tens of thousands of fucking dollars. Like, that is absurd. Tens of thousands of dollars for first place. What does second to fourth place get? Or no, sorry, I think it's second to eighth place. They get one gold card. Granted, that's still a lot of money, right? That's like almost $1,000. But at the same time, it's like, holy shit, you're front loading. Like, the first place is so many prizes for a best of one. Not to say the person who won necessarily doesn't deserve it, but at the same time, I mean, with the game and how it works, it's like, holy shit, it's like luck-based all the way. The variance is insane because life determines everything. Fuck it, you hit 3 special triggers off of life, kill yourself now. You didn't deserve to win. Your opponent wanted it more than you. Fuck you. It's like, what? I'm not being rewarded for skill. I play my skill carefully. Hey, you play Song, SAO. That's not an easy deck to pilot. You have to know what you're bottom decking because in a game, you're easily cycling once at least through your entire deck. So you kind of have to remember what you cycle, right? What you put at the bottom. Fuck it, I played my turn carefully, but my opponent just had all the specials and shit and all the raids and they just saw everything. It's like, fuck it. Fuck it, they wanted more than me, I guess. Who cares, right? Oh. Obviously, there's other things they could do with the mechanics. They could, like, add, like, a better mulligan system, right? More than one mulligan or whatever, technically. But, as of right now, it's just... it's a casual game at best, which is technically fine, but it's, like, it's not good. Riftbound just released. I tried playing it today. I do not care about League. I fucking don't like League. But I played the game for the first time. It's fun, right? Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Magic, you have like hand trap basically. You have reactive spells. There's like a stack. Like, you have cards that are like, well, it's not like the stack exactly, but I hope people understand what I'm saying. But like, I don't know, like the card, like the game felt good to play. It's just like there's a lot of interaction. There's a lot of skill towards the game. Granted, like, yes, you can get like bad draws, as I saw today. Someone was playing like Lee Sin casually, and like they just like didn't have maybe a good build, or they just didn't draw well. But still, like, you have a resource system that's really good. You have a competitive setting that's very popular, obviously with the IP too. But like the game is like actually good, right? And it is luck as with any TCG, but it's primarily skill based. You have this game that just released, and then guess what? People are kind of moving to it because turns out UA is just a very much a casual game. It's hard to take it seriously. And I get the idea, not taking the game seriously, but at the same time, I want to take it seriously, right? I want the game to grow into something more competitive, but it's really hard to do when your game's a best of one and everything is determined just by luck. Or what was it? God, this is going back to the regionals, but this even happens at my locals. Like, oh man, we have a big rare battle happening, and how's my opponent lose to me? They fucking bricked and didn't see a 0. Okay, cool. Oh, also, rare battles are best of 1, so fuck it, you just lost. Good luck. Thanks for paying $10 for some event pack. Which, oh my god, that leads me to my next argument. The event packs. What the fuck? Are you shitting me? Sanosuke, the one no one plays, the 4 cost, that's a non-trigger, who gives a shit? What is the other ones? Is like, it's not like Kafka. No, the Kikuru is like the only thing that's actually good in that set because it's good for the Kikuru build, the Kikuru Renu build for Kaiju number 8. You have the Botan for red Yu, which is really dog shit. It's a non-trigger card, so just terrible. And then what is the other card? Oh, it's not even a not Kenshin. What was it? It's, oh god, it's not a hunter card. It's Leorio. Oh no, it is a hunter card, but it's a weird one. It's a Leorio. It's the 1 cost bounce gen. And the reason it's Leorio is because they never imported it from set 1 apparently. It should have been in our set 1, but they just didn't put it in. And so they put it in as the event pack here, which kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. I think that's just kind of garbage. There's just so many better choices they can do with the event packs. And also, the fact they took away sleeves. Who the fuck said to do that? What the fuck? Like, last season, I could see some complaints. People did complain about the lack of quality in the sleeves. Like, the JJ... Well, this was a while ago. But the JJ Volume 2 sleeves, there were some sleeves that just, like, didn't have good foiling, or they were really bad. And so they decided to take out the sleeves, but it's like, well, that's not what we wanted. We just want better quality sleeves to fight for, but you didn't put sleeves in. In fact, people just want event packs, and that's about it. And to me, that says, what the fuck are you doing? Now it's just even less worth it doing rare battles, because also most of the rare battles, like Kenshin's the best one because it's the best fucking card. It's the double attack Kenshin raid. Otherwise, Kaiju is the big Kaiju, which who gives a shit. That deck is pretty bad anyways. Hunter is the Hisoka for some reason. Someone asked for, like, pedophile Hisoka, I guess. I guess people really wanted that. And then what was it? Yu's at least pretty good because it's the Urameshi. And, like, it's really sad because the Urameshi is just like, oh my god. It has a 1-star. It has a 2... I think it has a 1-star. I want to say it has a 1-star, a 2-star, and then, like, the 3-star. And then the rare battle is basically just, like, the 3-star but gold. And then the 2-stars like really dog shit. And I feel really bad for UU players because, man, those 2-stars are so fucking ass. They didn't need signatures technically. But goddamn, could they have put a little more effort into it? It just looks so garbage. It's like so plain. Like, I remember seeing someone pull one and I thought they pulled a fucking like 1-star. I looked at it, I was like, oh my god, dude, nice 1-star. Oh wait, it's a 2-star. Holy shit, dude. Wow, nice Kurama 5-2. That's such a cool looking 2-star. Jesus Christ. I mean, again, fans of the set will obviously go for it, but still, I just think that it's just such a lazy 2-star, honestly, and I think they're all garbage, which is the problem. We're just gonna get that from now on. We are gonna get sets with, like, terrible, like, alts and stuff. Demon Slayer is weird. So, I want to say it was a Binder collection. I think it was the Binder collection where they introduced... they had the Hashiras and alt charts or whatever. I think this was part of the Binder collection, but for here, they're making out 2-stars, I think, question mark? Oh, okay, this is actually really what I wanted. This Scarlet Black Shadow. It's so nice. Such a nice card. Anyways, I guess someone could correct me if I'm wrong. I think the alt charts for, like, all the Hashiras were part of a Binder collection, maybe? Or maybe it was part of the set, too. I don't know. Either way, like, they're okay. Like, those 2-stars, like, all the Hashiras are cool, but, man, that as a 2-star is still pretty lame. And then the 3-stars, like, the blue Nezuko, for the new color, which is fine, but blue is just not really a good color. Again, Demon Slayer will probably do somewhat well because the movie was released a while ago, and so people will probably want to build the decks anyways. Especially since you saw the price of Volume 1s, maybe, where Volume 1 skyrocketed after the movie, but, yeah, I think, Volume 2 will just be okay, though. But, yeah, it's also weird, because in next season, apparently, the only rare battles we have will be Nikke and Demon Slayer Volume 2. There's no Ava, no SAO Volume 2. I think it's because they, wanted to make it a 2 rare battle season, because the rare battles start in, is it January? I think it's January. Yeah, I think the rare battles start in January, but there's only 2 of them, so... It's not that many, which is kind of nice. Like, I wish we had, like, 4 locals. Oh, that's such a nice Marianne. Jesus Christ. Nice 2-hit box. Yeah. Yeah, for the rare battles, it's just 2 battle season. I actually like that. We have we're currently in our rare battles still, but, like, having the back-to-back rare battles sucks so fucking much. Like, I'm actually, like, look, I kind of like release events, the sealed format, but... Man, this is unironically like a nice break from the rare battles because doing them back-to-back sucks. Granted, obviously you don't have to do every set, but the fact they take over locals really sucks. Like, if you don't care about any of these sets, you're not doing locals for like a whole month and like maybe like month and a half or whatever, which sucks. For me personally, it's like, okay, I personally don't care about any of these IPs too much. I'll play in like a Kaiju one. I guess I'll play in the Rurouni one, but I won't be happy about playing Rurouni because Rurouni sucks playing in the goddamn rare battle because everyone's just on mirror reds anyways and maybe a purple here and there, but like Kaiju's like fine, but then like there's Yu and then Hunter I don't care about. I guess it's nice because then you can at least ignore them, but like, you know, hey, we have Nikke releasing. Can I play these at locals? No. Why? Because we have no locals. Why? Because it's rare battle season, so it's all rare battles. Okay, that's cool, I guess. I didn't want to play in the locals anyways. I don't know, that's just my complaint, is just the rare battle format. They didn't put the sleeves in. They have really, really mediocre event pack cards to choose from, right? Because Kikuru is the only one that's actually pretty good. And then everything, like the rare battle season is just whatever, because Kenshin sucks. Kaiju and the others are fine. But then, like, 4 rare battle season just sucks in general, because, like, oh, if you don't care about the sets, then you don't do locals for, like, a month, which really sucks, because I called it a shitty game. Realistically, let's be honest, UA is a shitty game, but I still have fun playing it from time to time. It's just, you know, I want things to improve for a competitive scene. I like what they did this season. We're basically winding down the season, so I'm actually glad. I will say the positive is that, you know, I like that they did the way they did the tournament stuff. If anyone saw, they did confirm, like, the Rukia is coming, and then they have the pair band of the Sukuna and the 2-cost Yuji. The fact that 0-cost Rukia is coming in the tournament promo, like, that's really cool. Like, that's really cool. I think that's... Well, hold on. Let me find a way to phrase this. So, when they did Black Clover, right, for the current season, when they released Black Clover, they didn't release the 3-cost Asta. Because some people assumed it to be too strong. It's a Asta base. It's a 3-cost double gen. If the card has a face-down card underneath it, you can, the card permanently, it gets, as long as there's a face-down card underneath it, it's permanently a 4K, not a 3K. However, it's a non-trigger. Personally, Asta is still an annoying deck. It's still fairly good. It's just really shitty against decks that have 5Ks. But, they cut it originally from the set. And so the way they introduced it was through the tournament packs. Now, personally, with the way the game is accelerating towards power creep and power levels, I'm not a fan of cutting cards anymore. Look, I get it. Evangelion's really fucking good. Kenshin is really good. And then they cut the Yahiko 2-cost step, which I guess is fine. But people were calling it shit for some reason, so whatever. No. The fact that they're cutting cards from sets, I don't really like that. Because to me, it just tells me that you have bad game design. If you really didn't want to cut the cards to begin with, why are you then introducing the sets? Like, they announced we're getting Sakamoto Days. That set is fucking broken beyond all doubt. It's like, holy shit. You mean you can go one turn where you can output a full board, and then I can't choose any of your characters on your field with character or event effects? I have to hit him with a special trigger? Holy shit, that's insane. And you can do that pretty consistently. Or the deck that just draws a fuck ton and AP draws for free and then gets AP back just for rating? Oh, okay. Yeah, surely that's not broken. But then my problem is like when they cut cards because decks are too strong. It's a bad sign of your game. You made decks too strong. And so that's the problem, right? You can make the deck strong for JP because they have a lot of strong sets already. Okay, I think it's fair for JP to get these kinds of cards. But for EN, it's like, why are you bringing these now then? Like at this point, if they cut cards, I am actually genuinely baffled. Evangelion is very fucking strong and technically should be, nerfed a bit. But at the same time, it's like, well, this sentiment is kind of shared, but at the same time, it's like, why are we thinking this in the first place? We shouldn't be thinking a set's too strong that they should have cards cut. Cards should not be cut in the first place. For Bleach, I get it. It's the first set you ever released, and now Zero Cost Rukia would be fucking broken. So the fact they're finally bringing her in now is they believe that it's actually fine to bring in, which it is, right? And they bring it through tournament promo. So if they're going to ban cards, I'm fine with them bringing it through tournament promos. However, I'm not okay with them cutting cards in the first place, especially at this rate. Like, people are saying, like, oh, like the, what is it? The SAO song build. It's really strong, so let's like limit the the 1 cost or the 2 cost Yuna, right, or the Yune. It's like, okay, I guess you can nerf it, but like it's a new set with a new color. There's no way you nerf it, right? That's fucking stupid. At that point, why would I want to build a deck? The deck's still technically fine, but it's just a lot less consistent, which makes it shitty against Evangelion. And Evangelion's so strong that's like, oh, nice ult. Evangelion's so strong that's like, oh my god, you just have to cut way too many cards from the set, right? It's just way too good. But then at that point, it's like, well, you're already introducing all these sets. They've shown us Kagurabachi and Tokyo Ghoul cards, and turns out they're fucking strong as shit. So then, like, at this point, like, they can't really cut cards anymore, right? My opinion is that they cannot cut cards anymore. That we're at a point where the power creep is going to just get progressively stronger. Obviously, as you need to keep up with releasing sets. And then, like, the sad part is that they announced Slime Volume 1 and 2, which is how they should do it at this point. And I guess there's the meta build for Slime is blue. It's blue Rimuru Soe, right? That's good. It's good. But, like, by the time it releases, it's like we have Sakamoto Days, and we have Evangelion, and we have SAO Volume 2, which is not as much of a threat, but still really good. But, like, the point is that, like, they have already really strong sets, so you're releasing Slime in a meta where it's not as good. The only good deck into the meta is realistically going to be the blue deck. The Millen deck is fine. It's a high-gen deck with a pretty good payoff. The yellow deck is just incompetent. It's just garbage. But then that brings me to another point, right? What they did with Hunter, right? It's just, they're just trying a lot of stuff, and I like it. They're experimenting. But, I kind of also wish they just didn't release a set every month. That'd be kind of nice. I think they can, like, afford to slow down a bit and just not print sets out the ass month by month. In my opinion, I just think you can just slow down at this point if you don't want the power creep to get too strong. But at this point, they already announced the sets, so it's like, well, fuck. I guess it's not really a point of no return. This is basically the point of no return. Like, sets like this release, sorry, it doesn't matter how popular sets like Haikyuu get, those sets are never going to release, because they're never going to be meta viable, and no one's going to buy that shit, because, unless you're a fan of it, I guess, but even then, it's like, well, it's not like Nikke, like, it is generic, it is like a anime show, so more people will have seen it than Nikke, but at the same time, it's like, well, the sets are just not going to be good at all, and that's the problem, right? If a set's not good on release, then how are you going to play it? No one's going to have fun playing their blue lock deck, right? That's going to get shit on and stomped. Oh, if they ever bring Tekken, it's like, oh, all the fighting game people maybe join the UA, but turns out UA is really dog shit because your Tekken deck is really garbage. So, I don't know. At this point, we're at the point of, like, power creep where, like, they just can't really cut cards anymore. Like, I would be genuinely surprised, even though I say it is very strong. I think we're at the point where you just release them full send. There's no point in cutting cards. And if you want to cut cards, then, like, release them in, like, the next tournament promo or something or whatever. Because, like, Asta release with the 3 costs didn't release. And then the very next tournament, I think, the next season's tournament promos, they put the 3 cost Asta in. Rukia has been a very long time coming, so we should have gone there a while ago. But I guess technically it's whatever. But, whoa, is that a common? Hold on. It is, sorry. I just have so many cards, I'm just going through my cards. Yeah, we're at the point where just, like, you can't really cut cards anymore. Decks are too strong. If you're going to cut cards, you have to cut way too many cards. And, I mean, they've been doing a kind of good job with stopping the power of decks by cutting cards. But at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, you also didn't have to import this set, right? Like, again, like I said, AOT should have been Volume 1 and 2 because it would have been good, but not that good. Right? Because, like, none of the AOT decks are really that great. All things, the yellow's dog shit. Blue Levi is a little more consistent, but it's Blue Levi. Who fucking cares? Red AOT Rush doesn't really get better. Food gets more cards. I guess the Armin build's, like, fine, but it's just eh. And then green AOT is, like, who gives a shit? I don't know. My thing, though, is that... I think I was talking about this earlier, but I lost my train of thought. Is that they could do more of what they did for Hunter, which is that they just released the alt... sorry, not alt. They released new cards exclusive to it. I think that's the way you save a set. You can introduce old sets and maybe stuff that isn't as strong, but you have to also introduce... oh, that's just such a nice diesel. You have to introduce, like, new cards to it to make it more competent. Because, like, what they did with Hunter, I think, is really good. Granted, like, Kurapika is still dog shit, because turns out Urameshi is, like, just better than Kurapika in every way. What they did for Razor Attack Team was really good with the Killua. Zoldyx is a pretty good deck because of the Lumi. Was there one more card? Yeah, there's one more card. I forgot. Oh, yeah. Blue Slots, I think, got a new card. Like, I think that's Gone Raid or something. It's really good. I don't remember though. But basically, like they add new cards that made the decks a lot better, at least, or at least feel a lot better. I think that's a good way to do it too. But I'm just more curious how they're gonna do it with Nikke, at least, just because instead of like 4 cards like EN did, they decided to just do a smaller set that seems to focus on the colors that exist, which is good. I don't like that every Volume 2 has to have a new color, especially if it's really terrible. Like, no offense, but JJK Volume 2, like, red is really dog shit. Now, I can already see the upgrades they'll make to it if there's a Volume 3 or whatever, but, like, at a certain point, it's like, well, those decks need a lot more help than you think. Like, they just need way too many tools, so. But also, that doesn't really matter, because we're not going to get Volume 3s for a long time anyways, right? Because, like, they have to do the Shibuya arc, and then they have to do calling, no, sorry, they did Shibuya arc, they have to do calling games, and that's a whole thing. And then they'll only do, like, half of the calling games. They won't do the second half, probably. Maybe they'll do it as, like, a binder collection or something. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know what UA wants to do at this point. At this point, it's like, just seems like they're just trying a bunch of stuff and seeing if it sticks. I like the improvements that they're adding to, like, tournament packs and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's, like, kind of like they're moving, like, 1 step forward, 2 steps back or whatever, right? Because then they fucked up with the release event by not release events, rare battles by not doing the sleeves or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, at this point the game still has an audience. People still go to the regionals and stuff because, hey, you play your whatever IP, and like the prizing at least is technically worth it. Which even the prizing, oh man, hold on, I need to take a break from this. God, I'm just like tired. I'm so tired. The prizing for nationals, why is it so dog shit? I saw it. It's like a mat. I think you choose the mat if you win. It's like your IP that you like and whatever thing. It has like square boxes showing like stuff from the set. The playmats are super ugly, and the APs are kind of whatever. But that's the big prize for like nationals, which I think that's a weird prize because you were doing regionals, not nationals by the way, regionals, where you were giving out tens of thousands of dollars basically worth of cards. But then now you release these stuff, and it's like they're just like mediocre playmats and then okay AP cards, I guess. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird decision to make that the grand prize when they're just kind of mediocre. Like somehow regional prizing is better than nationals. That's a crazy surprise. What the hell? I guess the exclusive APs are pretty cool, but like what? I think you get one of them. You don't get a full playset or something. So it's like, well, I guess you have to win like for 3 more years, I guess, or whatever, just to get the playset of them. No foil AP yet. Okay. Alright. I don't even know how many boxes deep I am. Jesus Christ, I've opened so many. Again, I've never opened a case before, so this is a very long time. And I've been going at it, opening stuff thus far, and it's been 1 hour and 7 minutes. Holy fuck me, dude. It's just been me ranting and just talking, dude. Oh my god. Okay. I am... Oh, God, I have so many more boxes. Holy fuck, I'm killing myself. Okay. Hold on, I need a drink break. Goddamn. I have the memory of my phone. Yes, my setup is still the same. Poop. Garbage. But, you know, it is what it is. I record for fun anyways. I could record, like, gameplay content of, like, UA local. I could do more, but I don't really care to do that. I mean, the setup is very easy. I could easily do it, but just I don't want to, right? I like opening packs. I think it's pretty fun, and it's holy shit. It's like I'm streaming, Jesus Christ. It's just fun to open packs and stuff, I guess. Let me clear this out. We are actually a little over halfway. We finished 8 boxes. That's right. It took me an hour to open 8 boxes. I should have done this at locals, technically. Just open my case at locals. It is what it is. Okay, so we've seen no 2-star yet and no foil APs, so they are at the bottom. I actually don't know if it's seeded or not, so we'll have to figure that out at some point, too. Maybe get, like, the community to do that shit. Hey, I love to post on the subreddit, but I'm, like, banned from it, you know. Turns out political speech, not exactly allowed on Reddit, because, you know, politics, I guess, is a controversial subject, question mark. I don't know. We'll do it like this. AP at the top. This feels weird. I feel like I've been seeing AP at the top pretty often. It's been like the very first pack I pull off the box. Oh, okay. Okay. My eyes are feeling pretty heavy. I've been up all day. After, I even told people I was going to do this anyways, which is no surprise. But man, I went to a bunch of Nikke release events. I say a bunch, but it was like really like, what, 4? And it was like 3 total. One of them, 2 people signed up, myself included. They didn't show up till 4, and the thing was supposed to start at 1. So I was there for like an hour. They showed up. I was still the only person there, so I won. They gave me the entire release kit. Cool. And then I went to a different one. The same person who applied for the first store applied to the second store. I don't know who this fucking person is. Never heard of them in my life. I asked the Discord group, our local channel, and no one even knew who they were. So I won that one too, which is cool because I really want to try out for this. I went to the third one. They had the kits, but they didn't have boxes for packs or anything. So you couldn't really buy any extra stuff, which is fine because this store actually sold it on when this store sold the boxes a little earlier. And like apparently someone bought 2 boxes and then they pulled the 2-star anyways, which I mean, there's still a foil AP, but as is per usual with this fucking game, if you pull the 2-star, the entire case is dead. Again, I want every alt art, sure, but man, once you pull the 2-star, it's like, fuck! What the fuck's the point? I'm not gonna keep going for boxes just for a goddamn AP. Granted, they are waifu APs, and they will probably be expensive, but like, holy shit, I'm not digging boxes deep for goddamn APs, dude. It doesn't matter how sexy they are and how much I want them. I'm not gonna get boxes. At that point, I'm just gonna get singles. Because again, it's only 1 foil AP a goddamn box. Case, sorry. It's only 1 foil AP a case, right? Which is why I always put in the surveys. I always ask people to put in the comments too that we should get more. Oh, let me move this over. Sorry. Let me shift stuff over really quick. Haha, shift. Get it? Shift up like the company that made this game. Anyways, I always ask people to fill out those surveys and be like, oh, we should get bigger hit rates. Because I think the biggest problem with this game is that the fact it's only 1 2-star and 1 foil AP per case, it doesn't really entice people to buy boxes, especially when the hits are even taken out, right? And like the easy fix is like, well, you just make another alt art into like the 2-star. I'm sorry, I like the alt arts in the set, don't mind you, but in general, I think we can forego 2 alt arts just to put in the 2-stars instead. Like, I think that's a lot more enticing. This is a soda a lot of people like. Look, I like soda, but I think she's like okay as a Nikke. It's very big boob. She's very clumsy. I like her. You know, I get it, big boob, but I think I appreciate Soda's personality more than her breasts, honestly. That's just me. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Like they can easily change the alt arts to just be like, I mean, well, hold on. First of all, it should be 2 alts a box. Who the fuck wants to open the box with only 1 alt? And then second, with 2 alts in mind, they should make 3 of the boxes have 2-stars. So that way, if someone lucks out, especially like, oh, say a pre-release, right? And they get in their packs, I don't think that exactly entices people necessarily to continue buying boxes, right? We've had pre-releases, like local stores, where like, oh man, someone pulled a 2-star, and then no one else buys boxes. They just stop completely. They were going to, and then 2-star got pulled, like, oh, well, the chase is gone. Am I going to go for a foil AP? Fuck no. Why? Because it's 1 a case. And the foil AP also feels worse, because like, oh man, I really need a playset, but they only gave me 1 in the case. Wow. I guess I should just buy 2 more cases, right? So I can get a playset of foil APs. That'll be random. No, it's fucking stupid. God, I'm also gonna. God, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, whew, this is a really nice haul. God damn, I love the snowflake here. It just looks so nice, and it looks so good. But I really wish they just upped the rates on the alt arts, and then in the same line, also increase the 2-star rates and the foil APs. Again, I like 1-stars, but most of them have no fucking value. At that point, just make, especially, okay, you can also change the rates Because typically in every box or every case, every box has 2 normal non-foil APs. So then my problem is, well, if you have a non-foil AP, right? Why not just make one? Why not just add more foils, right? You could add more foils too. That's also a thing you can do, right? You can make it like 2 foils of no, not 2 foils, sorry. You can make it like yeah, actually you can. You can make it 2 foils a pack. Yeah, fuck it. Cause like you know, surprisingly, in like 3 to 4 boxes, you get a playset basically of every single uncommon and common card in the set. Okay? So I think you could add more foils to a pack. And then that way, you can increase the amount of 2-stars in the set. Along with that, you can increase the amount of foil APs a set. Because turns out, if you have more foils in it, sorry for hitting the camera. If you have more foils in the set, or in the case, then, or yeah, actually, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that, guys. Sorry, I'm so tired. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. If you have more foils per pack, then you can have more foils per case. There we go. Did it. Nailed it. I don't know, that's just my crazy suggestion though. Sorry. I'm not a marketer. Maybe what I'm saying would kill the business. I don't fucking know. It's not like UA is essentially shitting the bed with sales and fucking over stores to the point that stores stop carrying UA because it's just a piece of shit. What do I know? I'm just someone who's played since the very beginning and just notices patterns. No, I didn't go to school for marketing. I just notice a pattern and then I comment on it. Simply that straightforward. Nothing else to it. God, I really should be slaying. You know, at this point, I'd probably be in the VC with my friends. But, you know, I really got to open this case. I really should have just done this at the store. But I wanted to record because I like recording these. Because these are actually fun. It's just a lot of boxes to open. But don't worry. I'm really fast. Turns out my years of opening Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff have really trained me for this moment. Okay. Oh, man, I still have to do my dailies, too. Fuck! I'm killing myself, dude. I still have to do my Nikke and Uma Musume dailies, dude. Fuck. I have to do so much. Goddamn. Ugh, and then Thanksgiving is next week. That should be kind of cool. But it sucks. Because also, the week after, I'm going to have to work overtime like hell. Because holiday seasons. So, haha. Yay. I get to deal with more people. Well, not people necessarily, just more packages. But, yeah, I get to deal with more volume because, haha, people go holiday shopping, even in the bad economy. And people still order a lot of garbage, haha. And they like to get gifts last minute for some reason, even though you should have got them earlier. Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. I can't even play any of these fucking decks for weeks, dude. It sucks dick. Because obviously all the fucking locals are just, they're just rare battles, right? That's the problem for rare battles, right, in a season. Like, they just cap it at 3 at a certain point. I don't know. Actually, yeah, really, it should just be 3. You do 4 cards in the event packs in the pool. Or maybe even more. Actually, no, sorry. Scratch that. Only do the 4 cards most. Sorry. Just because there's going to be more locals than there are going to be rare battles, technically. So I think it's better just to keep it at 4. But they should just make those better cards. And then for rare battles, just keep it to 3. 3 a season makes it nice and streamlined, I think. It just makes it a lot better because that way it's just not overwhelming where you have over a month of rare battles out the ass. And then it's like into release events, into straight another one. I think that's noise all. Fuck! I want 2. There's only 2 stars I want from this set. It's not. Fucking goddamn. There's too many cards I want from this set in general, yeah. But, I don't even know which 2-star I want the most. I like Neon. I just don't want her the most. She's, like, the least wanted. I mean, I say that now and I'm probably going to pull her. I'm going to kill myself. Or I get unlucky and don't pull a 2-star and then I fucking crash out. But, yeah. I'm already getting the Modania. Apparently, I'm buying it. So I want, like, the Rappy. The Alice would be cool, obviously. No, I really want the Pilgrims. I want the Scarlet. Scarlet or Snow White's probably between those two is probably my number one. And then it would be probably Rappy. And then I think fuck. I guess Alice. No, Rapunzel would be next. And then it would be Dorothy. God, there's just too many two-stars. I'm just forgetting. Leader's probably my second least, I think. Anise would be like the fourth to last, I guess. I don't know, it feels bad too. I like Anise. But I mean, in this point in the story, she's like fine, right? Actually, that's the other weird thing. So they're the Precious Booster, and I like the concept of it. But so in Nikke, we just finished our 3rd anniversary. Yes, that's right. This gacha game has been going on for 3 years. Crazy. This game being for 3 years long, there's a lot of content they can be doing very easily. So, oh, another Marriott, nice. So there's a lot of content they can be doing. So the fact they're not introducing another color is technically fine, because they have, the enemies are called Raptures, and the big villains are like heretics, right? Because you have like the Queen, who gave birth to the Raptures, who took over humanity, or the surface of humanity. They forced humans on the ground. But they could have done a color with them. Technically, it would be red, which again, I hate the red color trigger, but hey, it fits the villain theme, right? But they're just giving upgrades to these decks, it seems like, with the Precious Boosters. So to me, I'm just wondering, is it just because they don't think they have enough content? Again, granted, we just finished, oh man, I can't finish, I think, Jesus Christ. We just finished we just finished year 3. According to the directors and the developers and stuff, this is basically like, in terms of storyline, it's like just the prologue. And we are 42 chapters in. The special event that we just had was like basically like a prologue to the story. Like, we just finished a prologue. Now it's on to like Act 1 or whatever. There's enough content for a whole volume 2. I like the concept of a Precious Booster, but it just raises concerns for me. Because there's no uncommons. There's only commons, rares, super rares. My thing is, I'm really hoping, as weird as it might sound as a Nikke enthusiast, I'm really hoping they don't do as many fucking 2-stars. There's a lot of characters they can do. Like, so they have Goddess Squad. It's basically Red Hood, younger Snow White, I guess you could call it. You have like a different Rapunzel and stuff. You have Lily Weiss. There's a lot of cards they can make into 2-stars. My hope is they don't do another 12 2-stars. I think that was just too heinous. But I also don't think it'll be 12 anymore. Just because it's 4 cards a fucking pack, and it's only 10 packs a box. So I can't imagine them doing what do you call it? I can't imagine them doing 12 2-stars again. Because even though you could theoretically do that many, I don't think you would want to do that with even less cards per pack and even less packs per box. Because then that just means trying to pull for his worth. But ours are different because, again, JP's, so let me see. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 cards a pack. I don't know why I counted out loud. It says on the fucking, that's how tired I am. I'm not even reading the box. So JP has only 8 cards a pack because they only get 1 alt art per box, right? Which means we have a better pull rate theoretically. Granted, I still don't like our pull rates. I will still complain, but it would suck if we had Japan's rates. However, oh man, this pulley looks good. Goddamn. Nice. And he's a bounce shed. I'm never going to play that piece of shit, but hey, I love Polly. I love my fluffy dog. Anyways, so, oh fuck, what was I saying? Dude, I don't even know what I was saying anymore. Hold on. Let me see if I can remember. Jesus Christ. We'll just put that up there. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. I know I was talking about the volume, the Precious Booster and stuff. I just lost my train of thought apparently. Sorry, I got distracted by the Polly and then I just forgot what I was saying completely. Jesus Christ. Damn it. Fuck. I think, let me see if I can get back to it. Yeah, so talking about the Precious Booster. Yeah, the packs. Oh, yeah. So, like, we technically have better rates than JP, right? But I mean, obviously we could do better. But the thing is, with how small their Precious Booster is, I mean, obviously I want alts. They'd be nice. I'm just hoping there's not as many 2-stars. Apparently, I think, if I read it correctly, I'll have to look at it again later. The same amount of AP, so there's still 6 of them. I'm just really hoping they don't do a bunch of alt arts again. If the set is really as small as it is, surely they reduce the amount of alt arts, right? They just give really good supports to every deck in this game for Nikke. And then hopefully they just don't make as many alts to have to chase for it. Because again, if our box is 12 and their box was like if our box was 12 cards per pack and 16 packs per box, but then for JP, it's like, what, 12 packs per box and then like 8 cards per pack. Our cards per pack is probably gonna be, instead of 4, it'd probably be like 8 cards per pack, right? I think maybe just double the numbers. And then instead of 10 packs, it may be like just like 12 or something. I don't know. At least that's just kind of my idea of it. I just don't know how they're going to do it because they've never done it before. And again, like I said, Nikke is basically like just a testing ground for stuff. So they test the mechanics and now they're just testing like box ratios, I guess. But I don't know. As a I'm not a JP person. What am I saying? For JP players, I don't know how they're okay with these rates. Like, there's no way they're okay. Like, I guess it's not as much waste, right? But only 1 Alta box? How can you be okay with that? I guess that's also... You know, the more I think about it, the more I realize, I don't know why I didn't think about this before. Because of how their pull rates are, it makes sense. It is still the case, I believe, in JP. But it kind of makes sense why some alts are really expensive, just because you only pull 1 alt instead of 2. So then the value of alts technically go down. But at the same time, like... it should just be an increased rate across the board. You want people to buy it. But again, Union Arena in JP, I haven't seen this month's rating, or at least I think it was October's rating. I should see. But Union Arena is like a top 10 selling game because again, turns out character card games are really popular when you get a bunch of IPs together. So it is very much a top 10 trading card game, which is great, right? It's awesome. But it also tells me, how are they okay with the rates? I want to pull alts. I want to pull cool cards, right? Obviously, but especially with this Precious Booster, I don't know how well that's going to go. You have way less cards per... Oh! Okay. Look, listen. So, I mean, it's exciting, but it's not exciting because I knew I was going to get 2-star. I like Rupee. This is like a bottom... This is definitely the bottom 50% for me. I still want this. Obviously, it's going to be mine, right? But Rupee pulled, very cool. I like Rupee, but not as much as the others. I really want Snow White. So that's the thing. Oh, that's the other thing with the 2-stars in this set, right? So there's signatures, which are pretty nice in general. However, the costume you see them in is very unique. So this costume specifically, this is not in the game. Every every 2-star that's in this set, for as many as there are, have a unique outfit that is not in the game. Because obviously, as a gacha game, you have like costumes you can get, like mission passes, and if you get this battle pass or whatever, you can get this special costume. They don't have it for this, right? They do not have it for this game. All of these are uniquely made for UA, which is also part of why the prices are as high as they are in JP. Not only because the pull rates are less, probably, right? Or I guess like the less altars, but like they're unique costumes to this IP, which for any collector for Nikke, they're gonna want it, right? Because you're like, hey man, I look at this outfit, I go, why is it on the game? Or if you see like Snow White's, I go, dude, when is she gonna bring the drip to the game? I'd like to play that. Or the Scarlet with a nice overcoat. I think it looks really nice, right? Anise with like a yellow jacket top, like a not a quarter zip, but it's basically like a half jacket. Like, why is that not in the game yet? I don't know, but that is the draw to the alt arts also for the 2-stars. There's so many of them. They're all signed, and also they're unique costumes, which is part of, well, not even part of it. It's significantly why they're just so much more expensive, other than the fact that they're wipers too. But again, also, I mean, that is one of the main reasons. The other main reason is very obvious, is that, well, turns out when you have 12 2-stars, it's really hard pulling the one that you want the most. So then obviously the value of others go up more. So that's a scary thing with this set, though, right? It's like, well, shit, dude. I want to get all of them, but, you know, there's 12 of them. It's really hard to get. So you just have to hope that everyone else has the others. But again, the pre-sales are scams. I got Modena for 200, which in my opinion is not bad, but technically I should have gotten a better refund. The 2-star, I believe, will actually go up. Just because it's going to be hard to get the specific one you want. Unlike other sets where, like, hey, you pull the 2-star and it's like, well, you have 1 of 6, so you have a pretty good chance of pulling the one that you might want. Whereas this is 1 in 12. Obviously, the percentage is a lot less, so... yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Fuck. I haven't seen this in a while. My friend was the last one I ever saw get this. They got 2-stars in the case, along with the foil APs. I dreamed of this set. I dreamed of myself opening a case and getting like an error box. Someone else may have gotten fucked, but I pulled the box with all alt arts, right? So that I only have to spend $960 total, so I can get one of every alt, or I can get a playset of every single alt card. That's a dream I had. That's a real dream. Is this sad? Maybe. But hey, I really like Nikke. But that was a dream that I had. That, like, I pulled a god box, right? And it wasn't announced because it wasn't intended. But I pulled a god box and got a playset of every alt that I could have wanted. And it was amazing. Yeah, that was a real dream. And I woke up, I smiled to myself, and I went, I bet that'll happen to me. I'm sure it'll happen to me. I mean, obviously it won't, because Bandai fucking sucks, and they never do stuff like that. But, because, you know, obviously they're good enough at their jobs, right, to say, I will never allow that to happen. But yeah, even, now admittedly, maybe you can see the reason already. The reason I wanted to increase in 2-stars is obviously because Nikke was releasing. And this set fucking sucks to get the 2-stars for. But in general, right, if you really want to make it fair, for a set with 6, right, with 6 2-stars, you can just make it 2 2-stars a case, right? If you're of a set that has like 6 2-stars, you can make it like 2 2-stars a case. That's not a bad thing. But obviously still make it 3 foil APs, right? Because no one wants to pull a single one. Yeah, I mean, that's just the fix, right? This set having 12, you would think they increased it to 2. For some reference, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has 25... oh, they use Starlights now again. But they have 25 Starlights per core set, right? And you pull 3 on average per case. 3 is the hard average. It's very, very rare to pull 2. It's very, very rare to pull 4. On average, you were pulling 3. And they have 25 of them. Now, if we transfer the numbers to UA, then obviously even with 12 2-stars, it would still only be 1 fucking 2-star. Maybe like 1.5, 1.6 or something 2-stars. But I mean, again, Bandai's the one that's producing these and distributing them. They could just do some goodwill with the community and just say, fuck it, we just increased the rate for this set. I don't know. And even in general, because like we have sets that'll have like 8 2-stars, right? And it's like, well, you can do 2 2-stars a case. The biggest worry is obviously, like, and this is actually from a non-selfish perspective, surprisingly, is that stores get fucked over. Because once the 2-stars pulled, no one buys them anymore. And so they just sit on shelves. And that just feels really bad because then, like, the store paid money for these goddamn boxes. And it's just it's not like the dead TCG, right? People still play the game. It's just dead in terms of product. And the worst thing for any fucking card shop is losing money. You put money into fucking the TCG and they don't sell. Guess what? That feels fucking bad when they sit on shelves. Even one of my locals does packs per win, right? They do $10 entry packs per win. That's the way they've been getting rid of packs, basically, in boxes. You have a higher entry, and then theoretically, it's worth it, right? Oh, that was an alt art. Whoops. Ah, Pepper. Hello. You died and came back to life. But yeah, the worst thing is like just dead products sitting on shelves. Man, the amount of product I've seen sitting on one of my local card shops shelves is like fucking sad. Like, sorry, no offense. I think JJK Volume 2 fucking sucks. I would never get any boxes of that, right? And I never did. But, right, packs per win. Sure, if I'm forced to, I guess I'll pick that. Otherwise, I will pick really almost anything else. I'll even pick Hunter Volume 2 over JJK Volume 2. But at the end of the day, sure, I guess I'll just get packs of that. Sure, why not? I mean, it's packs I didn't have. I spent $10 for entry, won 2 games, and got 2 packs. Sure, I'll take that, I guess. I swear this was the box. Wait, am I stupid? Hold on. Wait, this has an alter. Oh, maybe it's probably the previous box. Yeah, it's probably the previous box. I was like, how did I pull 3 alts? I've never seen that happen, but no, this is probably just the previous. The 2-star was from the previous box. That's why. Okay, I'm not crazy. Oh my god, we are in hour 30. I am almost done. I am getting there. Organizing this, I'm going to blow my fucking brains out. Because usually I would like to organize by energy cost and then like alphabetical order. But well, I opened the fucking case, so that shit's kind of out the gate. I still have to do the checkup. I have 3 more boxes, so I should be pulling the foil AP soon. Oh my god, fucking gosh, I'm gonna eat my own ass after this. Holy shit. I am so exhausted. Again, I woke up at 10. God, I woke up at 9:30, yeah. No, wait. Oh, no. I woke up at 9. God damn. I woke up at 9 and I woke up at, went back to sleep, woke up at 9:15. Went to the dentist's office because holy shit, they had an earlier time. Technically, I was originally scheduled for 12. But I really didn't want to miss one of the pre-releases, which is at 1. So I woke up for that and then, well, it turns out I didn't have to because the shop just didn't get their shipment, so fuck it. Whatever. Also, I have to sleeve all this, which is, like, fine. I'm going to be happy with sleeving them. I have specific sleeves for a lot of these decks. Not all of them, but I have sleeves for a lot of them. So I'll have to put that together. But we're not having a locals anytime soon, so who fucking cares? But I already know. I knew this was dog shit, but this is still going to be my main deck. Am I playing it for regionals? Never. What am I, a fucking mongoloid idiot? No. But this is my set. I'm going to build every deck, right? It's just 2 decks. It's just 2 decks per color, basically. There's some others in there, but they're just whatever. But these will be my mains. Am I gonna lose? Absolutely. These decks fucking suck penis, and it is what it is. But I still love them anyways. I got into the set for this reason. I paid $9.60 for a goddamn case. I really never thought I would get a case. Back then, but the prices of them, spending $600 for half a case? Are you fucking my asshole? That's so dog shit. What was I thinking? Granted, I pulled the 2 stars each time, but god, that $600? Really? $600 for half a case? You're saying $1,200 for a whole fucking case? That's so penis. What was I thinking? I was blowing away money left and right thinking, this game is pretty good to put money in. Ooh. Nope. It's not. Technically, it kind of is, but you have to pull certain alts, which, hey, turns out, haha, puts in the 0-cost rookie for next season, spikes the price of the altar SR, which I'm gonna be real, dog. You can't really complain about them spiking up when they were fucking cheap forever. This is also what I hate about TCG players in general. When they don't get cards because they go, I don't really need it, or it's gonna get cheaper. Months pass by, months, and hey, suddenly it goes up. Oh, they announced the 0-cost we're good, or hey, they announced the pair ban for the 2-cost Yuji and the 4-cost Sukuna Ray from the starter deck. You could play them together now. It spikes the price of the Yuji 1-star, and then some people get mad like, why did it spike? This is so bullshit. Hey, they should reprint cards from older sets. Technically, they could, but they don't really need to. The card's cheap enough. If you want to build the decks, fucking build them. I don't know. Hey, Demon Slayer. I mean, I guess it sucks for new players, right? Oh, Clean Senti. It's not the best one. She has her swimsuit one that released this year earlier. Surely we get that as an alt art, please. But yeah, like the Demon Slayer thing, hey, that was really cheap for a while ago. It sucks for new players, right? Like, let's say, like, you watch the movie, like, oh, fuck, I can't wait to play a card game with Tanjiro as the deck. It turns out it's, like, maybe kind of expensive. It's like, oh, that sucks. Although, realistically, the SRs didn't go crazy. Like, you can build Tanjiro Nezuko, the best deck in Demon Slayer, not even close. You can build that for, like, less than $50, I think. I think is it still 10 for Nezuko's? Maybe it's 12. Maybe, okay, let me be a little more generous. I guess, we'll say, less than 60. Yeah, we'll say less than 60 for the best Demon Slayer deck. Sure, maybe 70. Yeah, you can build that for that price. It's still pretty cheap. It's just if you want the alt arts, it's just really expensive. Like the Mitsuru is like $50 minimum, but it's like no one's gonna pay for that fucking garbage price, obviously, because the deck sucks. Sorry, I really like Hashira, but turns out they're fucking garbage. You know what's worse, actually? Tanjiro and Nezuko were really, were actually well, Tanjiro and Nezuko is the best deck. Muzan really sucks. So what did they do? They gave Muzan a huge ass boost to make it more consistent. What they did for Tanjiro and Nezuko, printed a better yellow color trigger, and that's basically all the deck needs. Granted, they have like a better Nezuko 0 cost and stuff. It's like a trigger 0 cost, but like still, the Tanjiro is like all they needed to replace their shitty yellow color trigger. And then what did they do for? Ooh, look at that. Got their yandere vibes, baby. Love Isabel. What did they do for the other decks? Tengen Wives, I think they didn't really do anything for them. Tanjiro and Friends for red, they added what was it? They added another Tanjiro, because the main point with the deck is having a Tanjiro in your field to get the other effects of the Inosuke and the Zenitsu. They added more Rengoku cards to make it a real deck. It's not good, but it's a real deck. What did they do for Hashira's though? They added a bunch of cards that actually don't help the deck. Because the biggest issue of that deck is that they have no real boss. The boss is a Hajime, which is a 4500. Gets impacted if there's 3 or more other Hashiras and or Ubuyashikis on the field. However, it turns out that's not really a great boss, right? He's an active trigger. They have a lot. But the real boss is the Rengoku, because turns out if you hit an active trigger on a double blocker, it's pretty good. But they just didn't really print any good Hashira cards. Because the issue is Mitsuri is a 4K removal, but she costs 2 fucking AP, right? And she doesn't play active. By the way, to kill a 4K, you need like 5 or more other Hashira. So it didn't really fix it, right? Because, well, they cost 2 AP, doesn't play active. Tokido is a freeze. On sideline, he rests something, but it's a 5-2, again, doesn't play active. Mitsuri is also the yellow color trigger for Hashira, which sucks, which means you have to play 4 of her, basically. Because yellow color trigger, really good. But that's the worst part, right? They didn't really get the upgrades they needed. They really needed cards that say reduces the cost of your next Hashira by 1. But instead, they made cards that said something for your 2 AP Hashira. And it's like, that's cool. That's kind of what they needed. But at the same time, that doesn't fix the deck. Because really, it should just be reduce the cost of your next Hashira by 1 AP. And honestly, the real fix would have been just like a card. It could be like a Gi or something. Or fuck it. It's an Ubuyashiki. Okay? And it'll say reduce the cost of your next Hashira by 1. If you have 5 or more other Hashira on your field, reduce the cost of a 2 AP Hashira by 2. Right? It's weird wording too. I know it's weird. I know it's weird wording, but yes, basically the idea would be your 2 APs are free. Your and actually, you know what? Fuck it. We'll make it 6. 6 or more other Hashira. Sure. We'll say 6 or more other Hashira to make it more fair. But then, hey, that it's really good for the deck. It makes your 2 APs free. Yeah, fuck it. Or screw it. Make the Ubuyashiki a 2 AP card. Hey, the next 2 AP card you play is free. That's pretty good, right? That's the idea that you can get behind, right? Surely, because it actually makes the deck. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm about to come because I got the one I wanted. This is the foil AP Scarlet. Oh, that looks so good. That's the nice one. That's what I wanted. Unfortunately, we are basically done with the case. We are just pulling for SRs at this point. Because we've already pulled the 2. So, see, this is what I mean. It feels bad, right? Now, granted, if I was just buying random boxes at this store, it would have been at the very fucking bottom. So I'd have to buy a lot of boxes to get to it. But this is pretty nice, right? Yeah, but it's not nice. That's the problem. I had to go to the very bottom just to pull 1. So imagine if I'm with some other Nikke, gooners. And then we open a bunch of boxes. At the very bottom, hey, the last box has the 2-star. You're saying we went through 16 fucking boxes? 16 goddamn boxes for a single 2-star and a single foil AP? Are you shitting on my open penis? Holy shit. What the hell? That's garbage. No, it shouldn't be like that. There should be more 2-stars. There should be more foil APs. What the fuck do you mean? What? Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I feel bad. Look, I like the 2-stars, of course. Like I said, I am not going back on that. I want at least a copy of every card. Eventually, I want a playset of every alt art, but not including release event cards and stuff, because I think stuff like release event signature stamps and stuff are really fucking stupid and they suck ass, right? But the thing is, the forwards just feel bad. Like, I'm very happy, of course, I pulled a 2-star, but the thing is, I had to buy a whole case, $960 for a single 2-star, right? I mean, obviously not even the one I wanted. There's goddamn 12 of them. But that just feels bad, right? That I have to go this deep to get it for a single one. Like, you could have been a little more generous. Like, granted, I have a shit ton of SRs, I guess. But, like, that just feels kind of bad. Like, I only have a single 2-star to show for it and a single foil AP. Granted, it is the foil AP I actually wanted the most. The next one would have been the Red Hood one. But, that doesn't matter, right? It sucks. Sorry, I'm hitting the camera again. That's my frustration. I am so frustrated I hit the camera because the arm is really weird and it's not extending out of my... I really should get a different setup, but I'm too fucking lazy because I do this for fun and I don't really care about necessarily quality. It's really just me ranting at this point, you know? It is what it is. But... also, if I sound sick, sorry. It is just because, really, I am just tired. And I should be sleeping now, because, oh my god, I have stuff to do tomorrow morning. Oh, boy. Actually, you know what? I was saying my locals is basically all rare battles now, but no, that's actually not true. Because one of my shops actually did something really cool. Well, hold on. Kind of cool. They made all the rare battles into a single day. So they put all the rare battles that they had scheduled into one day, and they packed it up. From 11 a.m. to, like, what the fuck was it? Like 4? Like 4:35 or something? Yeah, they did it from, like, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Put all the rare battles on one day. Now, in my opinion, I think it's great. Especially if you're a shop that only schedules one rare battle. But, right? But, you can also spread out over 2 days. It's not a big problem. The thing is that, like, we had, like, another shop that was also doing rare battles later that day. So it's like, well, like, are they going to have to wait for us to show up later? Or what? I mean, granted, we got through the matches very quickly, but still. The idea is that, well, we potentially cause a delay for this other shop. Which this other shop has been doing, like, the 6:30 time slot. But, in general, I wish shops did kind of just do that. Just block out, like, maybe not all in one day. Maybe, like, 2 in the week. If they're doing 4 rare battles and just 1 of each, maybe, like, 2 rare battles in one day. And then another 2 on a different day. Right? Or if you only have 1 locals a week, fuck it. One of your locals for 1 week is 2 rare battles. Another week is that. And then after that, just straight locals. Because because my shop did it like that, this shop has locals now every Saturday. Which is actually really nice. Because, like, hey, I can actually play the game now. For fun. I don't have to be stuck playing these goddamn whatever IPs, dude. Because, or, not even that. If I don't want to play them, maybe I just, like, can't play them. That kind of sucks. But yeah. For me, I think it's nice if a shop does put them on one day, but at the same time, it's like, well, if you have 4 rare battles, it's probably easy to just do 2 different days. It's either different weeks, or if you have multiple locals, in a week, then it's easier to just do them 2 and 2. Like, say you have it on a Wednesday and a Friday. 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Friday. I don't know. Because to me, the weird thing is, like, we're at a point where you aren't really attracting new players to UA. So if you try and cover all your bases by doing rare battles every week, you just have a whole month of no locals whatsoever, unless you open up another day specifically for locals. And even then, your turnout's not going to be that much. So then at that point, it's like, well, stores should probably just not do that. They should schedule it out where you just have like 2 in a day, if not 4 in a day, right? Potentially. And I know that means some people will not be able to go to rare battles, and that does suck. But at the same time, it just gets them out of the way so that people can play decks that they actually want to. Especially if it's a rare battle season and like Nikke, when this set releases, I fucking know no one's gonna play it. No one's gonna play it. I will hold my shops to it that they do only Nikke and Demon Slayer. I guess yeah, Demon Slayer should just be Demon Slayer, but I will hold it to my shops to only do Nikke and not do an open format where they can play any fucking deck. Okay, because here's the thing. I know some shops do that if they really don't like a set. Like for example, Rurouni Kenshin, make it open format, right? Mine, we're doing a struggle battle style, so it's like you can play Kaiju or Yu or whatever. But for something like Rurouni, it's like, oh, it's so strong. It can be open format. Otherwise, people just play red. But for Nikke, sets like this that are not that strong, in my opinion, should just be closed format. I know shops will be like, some shops even, the worst ones. Well, not the worst ones necessarily, but the ones that do it in the worst way will be, you can play any IP you want. Hey guys, this is the Hunter Rare Battle. So to get people to play, you can play any IP you want. Cool, the guy with the Hunter deck has to play against a Rurouni deck or a JJK deck. Oh, that helm looks so wonderful. Jesus Christ. Whew, nice. It's like, cool, I'm playing a Hunter deck. I'm playing slots, or I'm playing the new Nen Beast. That's pretty cool. What are you playing? Oh, it's open format, so I decided to play, Blue JJK. Or I decided to play Roy Mustang. Anyways, fucking die, I guess, because who gives a shit? You're going to lose to me anyways. Like, that's not fun. There's a certain extent in which I like the idea of struggle battles, that you could play any IP within the specific season, right? I don't know, I'll take 3 sets, like Gintama, Inuyasha, and Chainsaw Man. Hey, you could play any of the 3 in any of these special rare battle, like, events. But I think it needs to be limited. I know Nikke and Demon Slayer will have its own rare battles. To me, my fear is that people will try to convince, and maybe successfully, will try to convince the local shops to be like, make it open format so people play. And in my opinion, I think that's really shitty. Because it punishes people like me who do want to play Nikke, but knows that it won't match up with meta, right? And then even though it's only 2 IPs, Nikke against Demon Slayer, I guess that's actually technically fine. Unironically, ooh, nice. 2 alt-arts, and we end on a Viper. Very nice. But like 2 IPs, I guess Demon Slayer and Nikke are actually kind of close-ish in power, so I guess it's technically fine. But in general, like, I just don't like it when a set is either fairly niche or not as popular, and then a store makes it so that you can play any IP. And then that's really not... Like, I know one of our local shops, I was helping run the shops or events, so I made it so, like, specifically Hunter is closed format. You can only play Hunter. Just because it's definitely lower power than all the others. But then for Rurouni Kenshin, it's like, okay, you could play any of these 4 IPs, right? Because I think that's a fair way to do it. But I don't like when shops are just like, well, we need the attendance, so we're going to let anyone play any IP that they want. And it's like, well, that kind of fucks over the people who want to play that IP, but they're just going to lose. And then the solution that people try to excuse this with is, well, if they play that deck, then they get the best prizing, right? It's like, well, what does that even mean? What, the winner card goes to the person who played the Hunter deck, I guess? Question mark? I don't even know how the fuck that works. Well, like, they got, like, dead last because they're playing Hunter against, like, a bunch of Rurouni, Roy Mustangs, and Purple Bleaches. But what? The first place doesn't get the winner card, I guess? Technically, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, well, why did you even allow the other... I guess you have to make, like, you have to get people to play, but at the same time, like, what the fuck? Like, well, what is the point? I don't know. People... I don't know how it is. I just know shops are doing things differently in terms of rare battles, because rare battles kind of suck. But at the same time, like, depending on the IP, I think just... Again, this is also my bias, admittedly. It's just my bias of wanting Nikke to stay closed. But I know shops will probably be like, oh, no one's playing this, so we're going to make it so it's closed format, and it's going to fuck me over, because I'm like, I want to play Nikke, but someone's going to play fucking Kaiju, and I go, I'm actually blowing my fucking brains out. Because turns out, Reno Kikuru is a lot better than that. So, fuck it. I have 0 chance of winning because all the Nikke decks suck. But, I don't know. Okay, So that is all the boxes. Holy shit, I can't believe it. Guys, I have a second case I'm getting. I'm fucking killing myself. Okay. Ooh. Hold on. Okay. Okay, that was all of it. Let me, oh my god, I gotta count all this shit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we had one box with 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 boxes with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 boxes with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 boxes with 6. 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are these all 6? There's no way. Wait, what the hell? Wait, what? Wait, what? Hold on. Wait, this is like, wait, there's no way. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, this is actually weird. Wait. I am counting. Okay, so for those of you who are probably aware, usually boxes are 5 to 6 SRs. It's not always 6. All of these are 6 SRs. This is new. Is it just a case? There's no way it's just a case. Come on. There's no way it's just a case. If this is the way it is, it's actually pretty nice because that makes it convenient. If it's 6 SRs guaranteed, that's great. But it's just, they just may probably change the alt charts. But yeah, the alt charts here, these are what we got. The privities, the peppers, polies. This is not every alt chart, by the way. There's a lot. But this is like most of them. So that's pretty nice. Got a lot of the alts. Obviously, I'm going to keep them all. Should I sell them? Maybe I should, but at the same time, like, I really like that. But our 2-star was the Rupee, and our 4 AP was the Scarlet. Personally, I don't like the Rupee as much, but I still want it anyways. This is not my bottom one, though. This is like the bottom 50%. But I really wanted the Scarlet. There's a Scarlet one there. There's one for Snow White. We got Rapunzel. Obviously, I'm going to get another case, and then after that, I'm just going to buy singles. So look forward to my part 2, I guess, when I open it. Oh my god, it's 2 hours long. Fuck my ass, dude. This video is so goddamn long. Okay, but thank you for watching if you did. I hope you enjoyed the polls. If this is accurate, it's 6 SRs per box. I don't know if that's the norm, but that's very, very good. Especially since this set had the structure deck baked into it, which meant the SR Rappy was actually put into this set as an SR. But if it's 6 SRs a box, that's very good. But no offense, I really want more alts than the SRs. Because I think at the end of the day, I get a bunch of SRs anyways. But yeah, in fact, I hope you enjoyed the video. Oh my god, I'm going to go to bed. And then next week, I will have another video release where it will show my polls. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.